Hello and welcome back to Pentiment. Previously on Pentiment, I decoded a mysterious message, pet a cat and a dog, and had lunch with the local village hottie Otto and the blacksmith Endris. Baron Rothvogel invited me to supper with him and the abbot in the monastery, and he brought up the hot-button topic of Martin Luther, which ruined dinner. And on my way home, I saw a ghost, and Amelie, the mystic anchoress, had a vision of doom. Let's see what happens next on Pentiment. The roof is leaking. We are staying at the Gertner house. They are peasants who live in the village and have to pay taxes to the abbey where I work. Oh, what's the matter, Ursula? Shh, it's all right, Ursula. Good morning, what happened? Good morning, do you need any help with Ursula? Good morning, what happened? The storm rolled in during the night. It hasn't let up all morning. What's that got to do with Ursula? Clara and I have been doing what we can in here to keep us all from washing away. Peter and Jorg are outside trying to deal with the flooding as best they can. Oh no, it's flooding. Oh my, is the farm in danger? I certainly hope everything is alright at the Abbey. I'm going to ask about the farm, because that's their immediate concern. Is the farm in danger? There's always a danger with this much rain, but we've lived through worse. Whatever happens, it will be as God wills it. We must have faith in Providence and endure what is to come. Oh, I have some food for you. Here, sorry I couldn't prepare anything more. Thank you. Otto wanted me to say hello, by the way. Thank you, I appreciate everything you do. It's sweet. Didn't Otto ask me to say hello? He's probably courting her. Be a good friend to him and just tell her. So what, they're not married, neither are you. Why not test the waters? These are the people who live in his head. These are kind of his good angel and bad angel. They'd probably be happy together. Yeah, I'll say Otto wanted me to say hello. Oh, he did. Haha. Good, thank you. Have a good day at the Abbey, Andreas. Try to stay dry. Thanks, you too. Good luck. Whoa, I just vanished there. Andreas. Are you doing alright, Peter? Oh, I didn't see that the wall was broken. Is that from the flood? Some storm, huh? Is it always like this? I'm gonna say... I didn't see the wall was broken. Is that from the flood? It is. It must have broken in the night. Some of our sheep escaped. We'll have to track them down later. This is the way it always is. Rain falls on the Abbey and rolls downhill to us little people. Well, it's hard to blame the Abbey for that. That's just how rain works. There's a reason we're down here and they're up there, Andreas. Anyway, I have to get back to this. See you later. I don't know, that kind of sounds like rebel talk there, Peter. The flood on a stormy morning. Let's check our quests and see what's going on. The weather is awful, but I still have to get to the scriptorium. Hopefully tempers have calmed down since last night. Alright, we need to get to the scriptorium. Let's go this way. Oh, there's my friend the blacksmith. Good morning, Andreas. Hello, Andreas. So, Otto and Eva, huh? Yes, what about them? How is their courtship developing? Doing fine, you think? Come now, tell me juicy details about what's going on between them. No, Andres isn't really a gossip. He doesn't like to talk about things that don't concern him, so I'll just say how's their courtship. I'm not a gossip, that's what I was just saying. Otto practically asked me to be his messenger. I'm only trying to understand how things stand. I'm just curious. I'll just say, you know, I mean, Otto did ask me to get involved, so Did he really? Or did you just assume the part all on your own? You've started picking up poor habits during your time in tasking, Andreas. It can't be the Gertners. Peter is stern. Maybe the monks talk too much? Well, if you ask me, I think Otto's being a bit too slow about it. Oh? He's old enough already not to be smitten like a boy. They both like each other, seems to me. If you found the right person, you should go for it. That's right, Andres. What stopped you? Where is Miss Schmitten, if I may ask? Yeah, what stopped you? I guess, I don't know who this person is, but I'm assuming it's someone he likes. What stopped you? Well, that's personal. You can trust me, Andres, aren't we friends? I have an intended, Sabine, waiting for me in Nuremberg. Alright, I'll tell him about that. Tell him a little bit about myself. We're to marry once I've finished my Wanderjahre. I am not even sure if she is the right one, but it is a necessary step. It's not good for the soul to be alone, Andreas. I do hope to find someone to have at my side as we build a family. God has not given me this blessing. Worry not. It could happen at any moment, Andres. It may not be as remarkable as people say. Well, that's kind of a downer. I'm going to say worry not. One hopes so. I must get back to work, Andreas. Enough talk. Oh, I can't get past the puddle. I'm pushing, but he just stops. Alright, I guess I gotta go this way. Ooh, I don't think I've been up here before. There's a pretzel shop. Alban Bakery. This is new. Ulrich. And North Town. Ooh, hello, Ulrich. God be with you, Andreas. Seems like we have a good spring storm, though I hope it lets up soon. Good morning, I'm sure it will let up soon. Good morning, it's annoying. I have to walk all the way up to the Abbey in this. I'm not going to be a complainer. I'll just say, good morning, I'm sure it will let up soon. As God wills it. Ulrich, I paid Gret for last week's pumpernickel. Sorry to make you wait for it. It's no trouble at all. Please say hello to Lucky for me. Of course, now I'm off to home and then to the Pfeiffers. Good morning, Agnes. What's going on at the Pfeiffers? In this weather, can't the Pfeiffers wait? I'll say good morning. What's going on? Helena has about a month to go before her child is due. Her last one was hard. He didn't make it, God rest his soul. Aw. I just want to give her the best chance she can have. It is in God's hands. Trust in Providence. Always, Ulrich, but I'll do what I can to help. Why make the Lord do all the work? Yeah, that's right. Isn't there some line about God helping those who help themselves? I must be off now. Good day to you both, and Andreas, stay out of the rain. Too late. Tell Helena I will pray for her health. Until later, Agnes. I'll pray for her health. She will appreciate that, Andreas. Thank you. Until later. Until later. All of those little things that happen that say, oh, this will be remembered later, it'll eventually come up, I guess, in some kind of persuasion checks or something down the road. Let's go to the bakery and see what's in here. Ulrich doesn't have much to say. He's got some pretzels hanging on the wall. Oh, hey Anna. And I take it this is his wife. Oh, that was a loud clap of thunder. Gret. Andreas, such a pleasure to see you and looking so handsome as always. Back for more of my rye? Dear Gret, you know I can't stay away from your rye. Oh my gosh, is he flirting with the wife of the baker? I was passing by and thought I should say hello. Now I must say goodbye. I'm not gonna flirt with her. That's inappropriate, especially right in front of her child and husband. Aren't you a good man? Well, you're always welcome here, Andreas. And always welcome to my rye. Be well. Dang. Your wife's trying to give me your rye, dude. I think you need to pay more attention to her and less attention to your pretzels. Alright, Northtown Steinauer house. I don't know if I've ever gone in there. Oh, there's a pet Schlau. Who's Schlau? It's another kitten. We were petting Mousefanger yesterday at the convent. Aww. The church and the Druckers. Okay. Let's go into the Steinauer house. Just to see what's in here. Nothing. Nobody home. Okay. Let's go to Northtown. What's up here? I don't think I've been up in Northtown before. More ruins. I wonder if they're from the old Roman colony. Yeah, the other Roman ruins is where we saw the ghost. The Stoll's house is closed to us. Tasting is lucky to have so much wound wart. Yeah, we saw some wound wart back at the convent too. Alright. I guess there's not much up here. Let's go to the church. The Drucker house is closed. Oh, what's this? What's going on here? Hello, Thomas. Oh, I think this guy is the stonemason. Lucky. He was threatening Baron Rothvogel the other day. Father, I've said this before, but it isn't good that the water drains here so quickly. It's affecting the foundation. It needs to be looked at. I understand, but if you dig here, you may be disturbing the bodies decomposing in the yard. Of course, Father, but they're going to be dug back up again anyway. What? Yes, but why disturb them unnecessarily? It's your church, Father, but you can't put this off forever. The foundation is going to crack. I understand. Perhaps after some of the bones have been moved to the ossuaries. Thank you, Lucky. Oh, right. Yeah, I think in medieval times they would bury people, but then when the bodies decomposed into nothing but bones, they would take the bones and put them in special crypts. It seems like a weird thing to do, and I'm not sure why they did it, but I'll look it up after I'm done playing, and when I'm editing the video, I'll insert some information about that. Ah, good day, Master Mailer. Good day, Father Thomas. Is everything alright with the church? I didn't mean to eavesdrop. Ain't dropping no eaves, sir.
I ain't been dropping no eaves, sir, honest.
Oh, worry not. Lucky was just reminding me of the danger severe rainfall can pose to the foundation. God looks after his flock, but sometimes the pen requires an earthly hand. It will be taken care of. God be with you, Andreas. And with you, Father Thomas, until later. I can go down and see Franz Bauer and Widow Kemperin. Or I can head out to the meadow. Okay, I should go out to the meadow because that's how I get to the abbey. You can see it out there in the distance. Can I find any mushrooms? Columbine. I promised to find some mushrooms for a lady back at the abbey. That's the road out to the mill. Snowdrops. Okay. Hey, Till. How you doing? Hello there, Master Mailer. Bumped into any ghosts lately? Yeah, he was there when I saw the ghost on the Roman ruins out there in the background. No, not since we last spoke. Good. Have you ever seen a nicer view? Don't get sights like this in the cities, I expect. I can't say that Nuremberg has many Roman ruins, no. I could do without the mud on my shoes, but the aqueduct does make a nice silhouette. Yeah, alright, I'll say that I can't say Nuremberg has many Roman ruins. How about that? Oh yes, Tasting is full of them. Quite the marvels they are. I don't pay much mind to the writing on them, as I can't read Latin myself, but you might enjoy giving them a look. If you do, you'll have to tell me if they match the old legends I read about. Ooh, old legends, you say? What sort of old legends? I didn't know you could read. That's rude. I mean, a lot of people can't back then, but still. What sort of old legends? Well, when Father Matthias was abbot, he would let me borrow books from the abbey's library. I think I read through half of that library before Father Gano became abbot. Oh, why did the writing change? He and Father Thomas are strict about which books should be read now. Books should glorify God, they say, not discuss the old pagan ways. Still, the accounts of the Romans in Tassing are my favorite. That old book talked about how the Roman knight Gaius Metellus defeated the Ratai, I think it was. Heavy snowfall had him caught in this very valley, barbarians on all sides, when Mare sent a wolf to the knight. Mare? Instead of killing the beast, Gaius followed it into a magic spring with trees covered in all sorts of fruit. Oh, I should have clicked on Mare. There's a way to like pop out and get, when words are underlined in the game, you can kind of pop out and get an annotation. I forgot about that. Sorry. Oh, there we go. We got another chance. Oh, Mars. Okay, it wasn't Mare. That was an S, not an E. Mars, the Roman god of war and agriculture. Right, okay, so Mars provided the wolf and the spring, and Gaius Metellus founded Tassing after defeating the barbarians to honor Mars. That's where all this came from. That sounds a lot like the story Brother Matthew told me about St. Moritz, without the Roman gods, of course. I'm surprised that Kearsarge has any record of Tassing before St. Moritz arrived. A good story, if nothing else. Yeah, I'll harken back to this previous conversation, sure. I hadn't thought of that. Both were snowed into this valley, weren't they, and saved near a spring. I wonder if it's the same story. Oh, I don't know about all that, Master Mailer. A lot of stories get mixed up over the years. It might be all fable, but I enjoy the story all the same. It's nice to feel you've connected to those who came before you, even if it's only by the land you live on. Wise words, I feel the same. I'd rather look forward to new opportunities, but I do see the value in looking back. I'll say wise words. It's been good chatting with you, Master Mailer, but I'd better get back to work. You let me know if you find any particularly good books in that library, alright? I will, until later, Till. I think that the different types of fonts in the game represent maybe different accents or something, or different levels of learning, because the people at the Abbey, most of them have super fancy Gothic calligraphy font, and then the peasants kind of have this like sort of italic handwriting font, and I don't know, it seemed, I don't know why the fonts change in mid discussion though, unless it's my perspective on them changing, or maybe they're changing into a slightly different way of speaking. I'm not quite sure, but it's cool. It's an interesting effect. Conveys information about the people you're talking to. Oh, it's Martin. Martin? He's kind of the local ne'er-do-well. Get a friendly greeting from Martin. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Look, he really doesn't like me. Yeah, last time I saw him, he was telling me to get lost, and I think before that he was telling me to eat shit or something. He doesn't like me at all. Yeah, there he goes. Eat shit, Andreas. Alright. That's right. You stay you, Martin. That's you. See, blowing his nose on me? I should get to the scriptorium. Gurno will give me an earful if I'm late again. Out there is where I saw the ghost, where the water is running off of the ruins. I went out there and checked it out after I saw the ghost, and there was nothing out there, so I don't know. Don't know what's going on. Oh, it's Miklos. God be with you, Andreas. Is God with us? Look at this rain. Are you preparing to leave, even with this weather? Yeah, he's the servant of Baron Rothvogel. Weather is unfortunate, but the Baron's wife, Lady Salomea, will be arriving today. My lord intends to depart as soon as she arrives. How long have they been married? 7 years now. She's a fine woman, a true lady. I was hoping to bid farewell to the Baron before he leaves. I'm sure he would appreciate that. He spoke highly of you before he went to bed. He was glad you were willing to debate him at supper, even though he's sure the abbot will hold it against you. Well, Luther's work is worth debating regardless of what the abbot thinks. The abbot is too conservative. I find it's best to ignore him. The Baron is a patron of the abbey. I didn't want to refuse him. Yeah, that's actually the truth. I was trying to walk a fine line between pissing everyone off. I'll just say that. Well, my lord can have a temper, but I believe he would have understood even if you refused. Oh! Would it be fair to say I found the Baron's favor? I acted honored at Lorenz's invitation to walk with him. However, I claimed that Luther's ideas held no interest, and I cautioned Lorenz to be discreet about occultism. But I addressed the Baron respectfully, and I tried to turn down the Baron's supper invitation. Oh, I can look at more. However, I engaged Lorenz in debate at dinner, which that got me a lot of favor, so... Okay. Success. Nicklaus says it would. My lord bade me give you a token of his friendship in his absence. He says it's a small thing compared to future commissions, but he hopes that you will wear it with pride. Oh, nice. What an extraordinary pin. Please thank the Baron for me. In fact, I'll wear it right now. Many thanks. I'll keep it secure until I have clothing worthy of bearing it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which of these I should do. Because if I put it on, it will broadcast to everyone that I have the Baron's favor. Which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Everybody in town seems to hate the Baron. So I think I will keep it secure until I have the clothing worthy of bearing it. As you wish, of course. Where is your master gone then? He went for a walk early in the morning. He didn't say when he'd be back. I hope he returns soon. The rain is turning into mud. That seems odd given the weather. Yeah, who am I to question a baron? But I will say that seems odd given the weather. Not odd for him. My lord enjoys hiking in all sorts of weather. A little rain never bothered him. I can sympathize. We Swabians enjoy a good walk through nature, even in such conditions. The Baron seems to be quite an unusual man in many ways. Well, I apologize for taking up so much of your time. Good luck, good speed, and I hope you can keep dry. But I'll mention that he seems to be an unusual man. It may be so. I only know him as my lord for these last 7 years. That reminds me, did you see a short, surly-looking young man in a hat on your way up this morning? I did. That was Martin. He ran past me in the meadow as I was walking up the hill. He was in quite a hurry. But he wasn't in such a hurry that he couldn't stop to tell me to eat shit. That would explain my lord's missing rings. What rings are these? 1 gold, 1 silver, a handful of golden, and a book the Baron was planning to give to the abbey. Oh no, the book! Golden. Gold coins used as currency throughout the Holy Roman Empire. Though different standards exist for the golden in different regions, it is generally equivalent to the Florentine florin. A book? Historia Tassiae? Yeah, the history of Tassing, the town that we live in. I believe so, yes. I went to pack the Baron's things and they were missing. The boy is a known thief. It wouldn't surprise me if he's responsible for the missing rings. Why do you think Martin stole the rings? Yeah, I'll say that. I'm not going to gossip about him. I mean, he's a jerk, but I don't think he's stolen anything from me yet. Yesterday I caught the boy with the hat. Martin, I suppose, peering in through the windows. I could have admonished him at the time, but, well, he seemed harmless. That's a shame. I hope the Baron won't be too put out. My lord is a man of some means. He won't miss the gold or the rings. I do think he will be upset about the book. He was quite excited for the abbot to see it. Yeah, they keep talking about that book. In any case, I must finish preparing the horses. It was good talking to you, Andreas. Of course, I hope this rain lets up for you soon. God willing, until next time. Ooh, I can go in the guest house. Is there anything in here to look at? Any clues about the theft? No? Okay. Alright, I guess it's up to the Abbey for me. We've been in the convent, we've been in the shrine, we've been in the church. Alright, I've got to get through the cloister and then I'll go to the scriptorium. The scriptorium is through the dormitory. Out in the Old Bailey. And this is a cutscene. I'm not controlling him. Oh, this is wonderful. The rest of the abbey is soaked and there's not a drop of rain in here. Good thing the abbot had Otto replace the roof to the scriptorium and library last month. With the calefactory next door, we can stay warm while everyone else is cold and wet. What in the world is the calefactory? A communal warming room in monasteries. Calefactories are usually attached to the cloister, but in Kearsarge it is part of the old abbey, and therefore connected to the old scriptorium. It keeps the monks warm and the library dry. Instead of bragging about our good fortune, you should think upon your brothers and sisters and pray for their health and safety. The abbot's foresight saved a lot of our work and protected what's in the library. The town hasn't fared as well. I'm sure they'll be fine. More importantly, if they're not, I don't care. This guy is a real piece of work. Brother Guy. He is literally a guy. Brother Guy. I know, in French I think it's Guy, something like that. But I'm going to say it in English the way I would say it. We would say Guy. Brother Guy, your heart is harder than the stone of this floor. Huh. We have the grumpy old monk, but where's the nice one? Brother Piero? Haven't you seen him yet today? I did before Brother Guy arrived. Brother Piero left to speak to the abbot some time ago. What? Why is Matthew ringing the bell? It can't be terse already. Terse is one of the hours of... Yeah, the monastic hours. One of the little hours of prayer. Terse precedes Mass and the chapter meeting. I pray it stops soon. Such a cacophony is an assault on my frail ears. It's not stopping. I suppose this means we're being summoned to the chapter house. God, give me the strength to endure the rain. It's 50 feet, old man. You'll be fine. God, give me the strength to endure this man. Shouldn't I go too? It's still not stopping. What's going on? This can't all be because of the storm. I should see what's the matter. Alright, well, let's go. Ooh, yeah, we get a nice toasty fire here, don't we? I'll go into the church. Oh gosh, that sounded like a scream coming from the cloister. Alright. It's coming from just down the hall, maybe the chapter house. Oh my gosh, I think something terrible has happened, Master Andreas. What's happened? Remain silent. I'll remain silent. It'll all become clear soon enough. Piero says, please, Father, where is Brother Florian? Have him come quickly. Granello says, be silent, brother. Brother Florian, if you please. I'm sorry, Father, there's nothing to be done. He's dead. Marguerite says, ah! Sister Marguerite, calm yourself. Sister Gertrude, please take Sister Marguerite back to the garden. Yes, Mother Cecilia. God protect us. The Baron was a friend of the Prince Bishop of Freising. Prince Bishop of Freising, religious and secular ruler of scattered territories in the Holy Roman Empire, including the lands containing Tasting and Kiersau Abbey. So I guess he's going to be mad at us because his friend died here at the Abbey. Why is he so worried about the Prince Bishop? This Abbey is odd in more than one way. Its existence offends some in the church. We are far enough from Rome and Mainz? Marins? What is that? Yeah, Mainz. Located on the Rhine River, Mainz is the home of the Archbishop of Mainz, an elector of the Holy Roman Empire and Primus Germaniae, the Pope's substitute north of the Alps. We are far enough from there that everyone forgets about us, but this could bring unwanted attention. Florian, how easily do you think you could dispose of this body? Father Abbot, what are you saying? Why are you questioning me? Why are you wasting precious time? Do you want to see the soldiers of the Prince Bishop march up our steps and fling your brothers and sisters out of our home? God protect us. No, no. Ave Maria. Silence. Quiet. Calm yourselves, all of you. Father Abbot, Baron Rothvogel's manservant is already preparing to leave. The Baron's wife should be here in a matter of hours. This is not the time for rash decisions. Yes, you're right. Forgive me. Yeah, I don't trust this Gurneau character. I mean, I know he's the abbot and everything, but I really don't trust him. He makes shitty decisions. But then what will we do? We must send the Baron's man to the court of the Prince Bishop in Freising at once. Mother Cecilia, the Baron said the Prince Bishop's archdeacon was in Innsbruck for the imperial diet. Even better, swift action will silence any whispers of impropriety on our part. Given the Baron's stature, the archdeacon will undoubtedly come to investigate immediately. We must cooperate with him fully and pray for a speedy resolution. Yes, good. Thank you, Mother Cecilia. Brother Wojslav, please detain Brother Piero in the cellar until the Prince Bishop's man arrives. Why are they detaining Brother Piero? Oh, because I guess Piero had the knife in his hand? Brother Piero, why? That's absurd. Say nothing. I've already pissed off the abbot a lot, so pissing him off even further probably doesn't matter. But Piero wouldn't want me to cause any problems. Piero is a pretty chill dude, and he wouldn't want me to call attention to myself. That's what I think. He wouldn't want me to get in trouble on his behalf. He was caught in flagrante delicto. In blazing offense, indicating an individual who has been caught in the act of committing a crime. It's also used to apply to people caught having sex. I've seen it used that way too. But anyway, covered in blood with a knife in his hand. Father, do you really believe that Brother Piero is capable of such a foul deed? Yes, capable enough when motivated by anger. Piero, I had no anger against the Baron, Father Abbot. I simply came across him like this. No anger? Not even for insulting your work and forcing us to give it to Andreas? Yeah, no, Brother Piero is not a proud man. He wouldn't be angry about that. This is not a subject for debate. When the Prince Bishop's man arrives, we must not be empty-handed. Ooh, I'm angry. I'm scowling. Even if Piero wanted to kill the Baron, he's not physically capable of the act. He wasn't angry. Anyone who was in the scriptorium knows that. Even Guy knows that. Oh, I don't want to get Guy involved. Guy is a dick. I'll say even if he wanted to kill the Baron, he's not physically capable. I'm using my medical background. I got to choose which sorts of knowledge I would have in the game, and this is one of those choices. He has an advanced palsy in his hand that affects his fingers. He could barely hold a knife, much less use it to kill someone. Yeah, I'll say that. If I wanted a medical opinion, I would ask Brother Florian or the respectable Dr. Stoles. I don't, and this is not your affair. Bite me, Abbot. It is my affair if you're going to make me part of Brother Piero's supposed motive. Forgive me, Father Gurneau. I just don't think that Brother Piero could have done this. I'm going to say it's my affair if you're going to make me part of his motive. Yeah, fine. You remember it. I am through debating this with you. My decision stands. Brother Wojslav will detain Brother Piero in the cellar until I say otherwise. Oh man, every time that thunder cracks, my controller vibrates. That's something you're not going to get if you're playing with a keyboard and mouse. I'm playing with a controller on my laptop. Brother Florian, please escort Andreas out of the Abbey. Out of the Abbey? Andreas, do not show your face here again until tomorrow. Do you understand me? Yeah, I understand. Andreas, listen to me. I sympathize with you. I don't think Piero did this either, but this isn't the time to push the abbot. I'm sure the other brothers and sisters believe Piero is innocent as well, but the abbot is worried about the Prince Bishop's attention. If you have any recommendations, I'd love to hear them. I have to do something. I can't let Piero die for something he didn't do. Yeah, if you have any recommendations, I'd love to hear them. Lay it on me, Florian. You seem pretty cool. Take a few hours to calm your nerves and your mind. You need to think clearly. Go to the Druckers, eat a good meal, and come back at Nons. The monastic hour corresponding to 3 p.m. Nons? Nons? Nones? I don't know. We won't have much time, but tap on my window with a small stone and I'll let you in. Let me in for what? To examine the body. Oh, cool. Okay. "2 days, 2 hours remain," it said in the corner. What does that mean? Florian mandated dinner. I should follow Florian's advice and go to the Druckers. Okay. Hopefully it will clear my head. I wonder if Miklos is around anywhere, if he knows what happened. Oh, what's this? A letter to the Baron from Prior Frerink? Baron Rothvogel. Oh, it's in German, I think. My god, Lorenz was blackmailing Frerink to get him to perform some kind of occult ritual. What? It's one thing to read books on magic, but few are foolish enough to attempt to actually practice what's written in them. No wonder Frerink was so unsettled when Lorenz arrived. The Baron could have gotten him executed for witchcraft. Alright, I chose an occult background, so I'm going to go ahead and go with that dialogue option. Some of the substances used in these rituals are dangerous, even lethal, and God forbid someone in the Inquisition finds out about it. Wow. Alright, that's an interesting clue. I'm glad we stopped in. I think I've looked at this already, but it's a shrine to St. Christopher. Alright. I think that's the patron saint of travelers or something. Yeah, let's go into the forest before we head all the way back. There's a waterfall down here. Rotten and full of bugs. No wonder Otto hasn't split it up. Is he supposed to split it up? Waterfall must flow down from the snow melt in the mountains above the abbey. The soil in these woods is rich and moist. It would be an excellent place to forage for mushrooms once I have some free time. Well, don't I have a little free time right now? I'm supposed to be getting some mushrooms for a lady back in the convent. The old salt mine. What's with the old salt mine? Some kids? Hastings' old salt mine. How the town made money before the Imperial Road opened up. Alright, I'll buy it. What's the Imperial Road? Also called the Via Imperii. The Imperial Road links Venice in the south with Stettin on the Baltic Sea in the north. It passes through Verona, Innsbruck, Nuremberg, and many other cities along the way. It also brings thousands of travelers to Tasting and Kiersau every year. Okay. What's up, Paul? Hi. Paul, right? You're the miller's boy. What are you kids doing down here? Wogs, wouldn't you have better luck by the river? What was that? Yeah, I'll say, wouldn't you have better luck by the river? Because I've got this nature background here with the little bee and the rainbow. We're not really looking for frogs. I am. Me too. It appears you're outnumbered. Why don't you tell me what you're really up to? Do your parents know you're down here? Yeah, why don't you tell me what's going on, kids? I don't want to get in trouble. We're in trouble? Not yet. Right? That depends. I'm not your father or your father. I can't tell you what to do. We're throwing rocks. Bert, rocks down the hole. You're throwing rocks in the old mine? Maybe. It's just they fall for a long way, and if you lie on the edge, you can hear them go plink way down below. I've thrown 100 rocks. It's really not that many. But it's not that many. What do you think's at the bottom? Rocks. Aside from the rocks. Salt. Dad says the dead guys ate it. The dead guys? The Romans? He means the Romans. They built the salt mine, the aqueduct too. The aqueduct, the Imperial Road, and many other things besides. It seems this town is riddled with Roman building projects. Tell him about the treasure. Oh, right. There's something shiny at the bottom. It's what we want to hit with the rocks. What do you suppose it could be? I don't know. I guess I hadn't thought about it. The treasure. We should get it. I don't think that's a good idea. It's a long way down. You could be hurt. So, I'm going to live forever. Dad says that's blasphemy. Are you going to tell Andreas? No, the treasure will be our secret. I should let your mothers know you play here, yes. What you get up to is no business of mine. No, the treasure will be our secret. Yes. Thank you, Master Mailer. Until later. Bye. Just don't fall down the mines and die, okay, kids? That would really suck. And I'd feel really bad about that. Can I look in? Nope, I guess not. Okay. Back through the forest. We can go to Smokey's home. Most of this felling is for the Abbey's renovations and firewood. The town can only gather sticks. Yeah, I watched a history program one time where they were talking about how, I mean, not only could you not hunt in a forest that was owned by a noble or an abbey or whatever, but you weren't even allowed to chop down trees or anything. I think that you were allowed to take certain branches or certain fallen pieces of wood or whatever for fires, but the peasants weren't allowed to cut down the trees or anything like that. Hey there, Smokey, who are you? Oh, Master Mailer? Yes. We met once before, I think. You were drawing something by the waterfall. I'm Smokey. Well, Adam, but people call me Smokey. Oh, I bet he smells good. I love when people smell like campfires. You're the charcoal burner. Yes, I remember. I'll say you're the charcoal burner. Yes, I have to stay out here in the forest near the kiln. Is there anything I can do for you? No, I'm just being friendly. Just admiring your home out here among the trees seems like a good life. The charcoal fires tend to mask the view a bit, but otherwise it's not too bad. Was there something you needed? Oh no, just being friendly. Well, of course, good to see you. Until next time, Master Mailer. And who's this? Voxlav? Oh, hello. Hello, you're not a local, are you? No, I'm staying in Tasting only briefly. Is Smokey a friend of yours? Why stay out here in the forest? I'll say that. Why are you out in the forest? People don't much like Romani. Most folk despise anything that's different. I like staying on the edge of town. I search to find whatever is different. It's the differences in an artist's style that makes their work unique. Different is merely different, not better or worse, not me. There is incredible diversity in nature. I find it awe-inspiring. I guess I'll say that because I've got this special background option here. Variation comes with dangers, too. I haven't seen you too often. Do you live here? I'm only visiting Tasting as well. My name is Andreas Mailer. Well, you're the artist staying up at the Abbey. It's nice to meet you. Most folk in Tasting don't come down here to talk. Right. I'm Vaslav, a traveling tinker. I travel from place to place, sharpening knives, mend small things that need mending, that sort of thing. What brought you to Tasting? Do the people of Tasting need much tinkered? I'm something of a craftsman myself, well enough for my household, but not to make a vocation of it. Yeah, I chose a craftsman background, so I'll go with that. I was brought up in it. Tinkering's in my blood. Tinkering and wandering. I can always find a bit of work wherever I end up. I actually came to see Kirsaw's library. I had hoped for one of the monks to read them to me, but the abbot wouldn't let me in. No one's allowed inside the library except the sisters. I'm not surprised they turn you away. Father Gernot is a grumpy old man. I think he has half a mind to throw me out of the scriptorium most days. I'll just say no one's allowed inside the library except the sisters. Ah. What were you looking for? Well, I explained I was looking for a text about the elements. If they're primordial, as Aristotle says, then God didn't create them. They exist with him since the dawn of time. That's a fascinating idea. But Genesis clearly says that the Lord created the heavens and the earth. How ridiculous. Well, yeah, Genesis says the Lord created the heavens and the earth. Oh yes, but the elements themselves had to exist for the Lord to create something from them. I don't know, that sounds like a heretical idea there, Vaxlov. Even the ether is mentioned in Genesis, when the earth was formless and void. I'd never considered it that way before. You might be onto something. Be careful, Vaxlov. People have been imprisoned for talk like that, yeah. Don't be a fool. God created the elements just as much as anything else. And then because I have this background, I can say your views have an unique syncretismus to them, as Desiderius Erasmus recently put it. Impressive. I don't know if I'm saying any of those words correctly, but okay, I'll choose that. I guess, Master Mailer. I don't quite understand what that means, but good of you to say so. Anyway, I should get back to work. That was an interesting conversation. Alright, bye you guys! I'm back to the church. And I'm back to the Druckers. Oh no, this is Claus. I was supposed to have dinner with him the other night, but then I got invited to eat with the abbot and the baron instead. Good day, Andreas. Back from the abbey already? It's only noon. Andreas, are you alright? No, something terrible has happened. I'm not sure. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Should I talk about it? Yeah, I'll talk about it. Oh God, what happened? No, forgive me. Come inside and sit down for a minute. If it's not an imposition, I'd appreciate a moment to rest. Yes, this has been a difficult day. I could use a distraction. I'll say I'd appreciate a moment to rest. Not an imposition at all. My friends are always welcome in my home. Besides, I could use your opinion on something. I think he's a printer. Hello, Marie. Good day, Andreas. Should I fix you a plate? If it's not too much trouble, I'm always glad to eat your cooking. No, I'm sorry. I don't have much of an appetite right now. If it's not too much trouble, I'd appreciate it. It would be my pleasure. This rain has got everyone's spirits down. Hopefully a good meal can cheer you up. Oh, hey, Berthold. We saw him out at the salt mine. Hello, Berthold. How are you? Nod politely. I'll nod politely. Yeah, there's the printing press. Cool. I'm going to do a new run of Till Eulenspiegel. There was a printing a few years ago in Strasbourg, but it was awful, almost bereft of illustrations. Yeah, I remember talking to him about this when I was out here before, at the beginning of the game. Till Eulenspiegel is this weird character, a prankster, who keeps trying to trick people into smelling, touching, or eating his excrement. It is a real thing. This is not made up for the game. This was a real storybook that was very popular. What do you think of these new ones? They look wonderful. Excellent work. The figures and composition are terrific, but the background is quite dense and busy. Yeah, I think they look wonderful. Thank you. I'll be sure to let Marie know. Are these her woodcuts? They are. The drawings were mine, but she did the block cuts. Got enough talent to draw the designs, but only she can do the woodcuts and the type. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ our Lord, amen. Amen, amen, amen. I'm hungry. Amen. Andreas, what were the bells for at the Abbey? They were sounding for a long time. The visiting nobleman Lorenz Rothvogel was found murdered in the chapter house. God in heaven, he just rode by here yesterday. Yes, and it gets worse. One of the elderly brothers I work with in the scriptorium, Piero, was accused of the crime. That's awful. A murder in Kearsarge? How could a monk do such a thing? I'm sorry, Andreas. The Baron seemed like an interesting man. I know he's been a patron of the Abbey for years. How did he die? Could it have been an accident? And does the abbot really believe that Brother Piero killed him? You've always spoken of him in the kindest terms. It seemed like Lorenz had been stabbed, but I don't know. There was a lot of blood around him. There was a lot of blood, but I'd rather not speculate. I'd rather spare you the details, but it's hard to believe what happened to him was natural. I'll say I don't want to speculate, because we don't really know much about what happened yet. But no, I can't believe Piero did it. I can't imagine him harming anyone. I want to hear about the blood. Maybe I've been reading you too many scary stories. But if it wasn't Brother Piero, who do you think could have done it? I did see Lucky Steinauer get into a shouting argument with Lorenz yesterday, just before I walked by your place. Lucky? Why would he have cause to shout at a nobleman? Select food item to eat. Now this is how we had lunch yesterday when we were eating with the blacksmith and Otto. I don't really get this mini game thing. Maybe it's just intended to like be a vehicle for the dialogue, but okay, I can have egg pasta, I can have sausage, or I can have farmer's bread. I guess I'll eat the sausage. There's probably something else going on that you wouldn't know about, dear. What do you mean by that? I'm not one to trade gossip, but if you really want to know, talk to some of the other women in town. Or Mother Cecilia up at the Abbey. Why Mother Cecilia? I didn't realize she saw much of Tassing. Oh, there's no need for that. Lucky is a forthright man. I'm sure if you ask him, he'll tell you what the argument was about. Thank you both. That's good advice. There's something else, though. When Lorenz and I were walking through the meadow, the widow Kemperin came out of the woods and... Yes? Well, she cursed him. I'm not surprised. Attilia's late husband, Ranig, ran afoul of Lorenz on his last visit to Tassing. I don't remember the details, but Ranig died just last year, and Attilia hasn't been the same since. Select a food item to eat. I will eat the egg pasta. She was always an old bitch, even before she was old. Claus, that's enough. She's had to deal with a Job's lot in life. And now she lives all alone at the edge of the woods. There are rumors she's going to lose her property soon. I do pity her, even if she is a bitter woman. There should be some exception in the law for her to inherit. That seems like it would be more just, yes. It wasn't always this way. I think my great-grandmother inherited this land way back when. Well, if men changed it, they can change it back. You're right as always, my dear. Enough about Attilia. Is there anyone else you think may have done it? I don't know if he has any ill intent, but Prior Ferenc has been acting strangely since the day Lorenz arrived. Perhaps an academic disagreement. I know they're both avid readers, both of classics and new works. On his last visit, the Baron bought a book on astronomy from me. I know the Prior has some similar interests. But would the Prior kill someone over a simple disagreement? It's not as strange as you might think. Within the world of astronomy, some have opinions they would kill for. It's not outlandish. When I was in university, I saw men throw punches over small academic concerns. Alright, I'll use my special background with the rainbow bee. What is an opinion for some is a testament of faith for others and worth killing for. That may be so, but I've never seen that sort of anger in Prior Ferenc, not even when Gernot was made abbot instead of him. Afterward, he seemed bitter, but never violent. That just doesn't seem to be part of his character. So, Lucky, the widow, and the Abbey Prior. Anyone else? There was something strange when we approached the Abbey together. Mother Cecilia was outside with some of the sisters. Mother Cecilia scowled and took the nuns inside without saying a word. It sounds like they have a history, at least. Select a food item to eat. Well, all I've got is the farmer's bread here. I do not know Mother Cecilia personally, but I have never heard anyone speak badly of her. If she had cause to dislike the Baron, I must believe she had good reason. Well, Andreas, it sounds like there's a lot to look into. Thank you for talking to me. I was feeling overwhelmed. Thank you for your care. It's helped me understand how I can help Piero. Yeah, I'll say that. That's nice. You're always welcome here, Andreas, anytime. Yeah! You are especially welcome with this one. God be with you, Andreas. Thank you. God be with you. Thank you. Be good until I come back, Berthold. I'll just say God be with you. 2 days remain. The body of Lorenz Rothvogel. I have several leads to follow, but where should I start? I could talk to Lucky Steinauer. He's probably working in front of his house. The widow Kemperin lives south of here, near France Bower. Prior Ferenc is usually at the scriptorium, but I won't be able to talk to him until tomorrow. Still, nothing would prevent me from talking to Mother Cecilia in the convent. But if I don't attend Brother Florian's examination of the body at the Abbey, he'll have to do it without me. 4 suspects. Now this game is starting to get interesting. It is reminding me a lot of The Name of the Rose. I've mentioned that movie and book before. It also had a murder mystery in a monastery, but the story was a little bit different and the circumstances around the story were a little bit different. But if you have not seen that movie and you at all are enjoying Pentiment, you really should check that movie out. Or read the book. I read the book, but it was decades ago, and I remember really liking it. But I'm kind of a weirdo who likes historical fiction. Thanks again for hanging out. If you've made it this far in the video, do all the things that help the channel. You know, leave a like, subscribe, tell your friends about the channel, leave a comment. All of that stuff is very helpful, and if you want to go even further, you can do a super thanks or a channel membership. I'm not doing Patreon anymore, but I have my YouTube channel memberships set up with the same tiers and benefits as I had on Patreon. You can also check out links in the description of this video that will tell you what other things I get up to when I'm not playing video games, and go check out my shop where I sell things that would get me burned at the stake if I lived in medieval times. Take care of yourselves. Until next time. Bye!